Jelly bean. Got my vision socks on.
Have you? Oh no. Oh god, just marble socks. The turkey.
Maybe that's close or not. Because you can hear it sometimes, can't you, on the videos?
Yeah, but it's okay because you can just kind of hear it. But you can
Okay.
hear us more than you can hear the film.
Okay, so, hello, welcome back.
I know.
So, yeah, they do age me, these, don't they?
They actually do a wee bit.
Yeah. Make me look my age.
They make you look 44 instead of 43, so
Yeah.
you know.
Still 6 months off. So, we are now about to enjoy the final part of our Iron Angels trilogy. Woo! Officially.
Officially, yeah, the
With
official trilogy.
Iron Angels 3.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Are you excited to
I'm
see
excited.
if I'm excited?
I'm hoping that I remember enough to talk in depth about it, because I didn't. I've been so busy I haven't had time to research it. But I do believe I know somewhat enough. If not, I can always make it up. So yes, here we go. About to hit the play, and let's enjoy Iron Angels.
Let's enjoy it.
3. Play. Here we go. All right. Oh,
That
lovely.
music again.
The music is.
That is some widescreen though, isn't it?
Do you know what? I'm excited. I don't think I've ever seen it. I've only seen a cropped.
Like in 4:3.
Cropped bad English dub. I'm still not too sure what this version is as yet, but
Great shot.
lovely widescreen letterbox. It's quite gorgeous.
Oh,
Now,
yes.
I do know the German version that's out there. The German release is the best looking version of it. It's quite crisp.
Doesn't surprise me.
As all the German Blu-ray
Yes.
DVDs that I've gotten have been. So I will be getting that. Plus the artwork looks.
Germany give us a lot of shit over the
amazing.
years, but they give us
They give us the best, I think. Yeah, definitely, and artwork.
And artwork, yeah. Oh, George, would you mind if I had one, please?
Let me move them over. You're licking, spurting, dirkin.
Licking, spurting, dirkin.
I don't know what they're called.
I compromise.
Ooh, look at that shot. So, the famed Stanley Tong is behind this.
I was just about to say,
And we
this
obviously
actually looks better shot than the first and second ones. Doesn't it?
it does have a bit more of an edge to it.
Polish, yeah.
But saying that, it's still for me the cheapest one of them all.
Oh,
in a
shame.
sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
As
I
with
don't know.
most franchises that they just pump out sequels because they do lose, they get lower budgeted.
Yeah, it probably has the more fun and bigger action scenes in a sense. Part 2, as I said, is my favorite because it was a tidy action movie. It had more, I don't know, harder martial arts action. This is the fun chapter. Oh, it is the English
Oh,
dub.
it's in English?
I was wondering why we weren't reading anything.
Oh, what a shame, actually, but it doesn't really matter. At least I don't have to read and I can listen.
We'll try and listen.
Shut up.
We'll try and listen, yeah.
Oh, bad idea. Don't shoot a man with a bomb on him.
Well. Oh, it's too late. He clearly was aiming for the bombs, but not... Oh.
Whoa, what the... What?
Some of that actually looked a wee bit...
Too real? Fake? How do you mean?
So, where are we set?
It looks...
Malaysia?
Does it? I know, that's why I stopped talking. I was like, Mali, yeah. Oh no, they're in South America there? Is that... No, Africa? Is Malaysia in Africa?
No, it is not. This guy always annoyed me, I have to say. This general.
Him?
Yeah, he was quite a, racist creep.
Oh, fuck.
And I really didn't like him much, I have to say. Alex Fong, who you know from part 1 and 2.
Looking sexier, actually, than he did in the first.
Do you know, I really do like Alex Fong. I've said before, he's very underrated. and always gets a bit of a bad rap.
Yeah.
But I like him.
Sally Wu presents this one.
Woo.
Screenplay directed
by Teresa Wu, who was obviously... this is her show.
Yes, it is. This is her trilogy.
But Tong is behind this.
Okay, yeah, executive directors.
Mm-hmm.
Tang Tak Wing.
Tang Tak Wing. I'm going to say he's got another name that I most likely know him as.
Yeah.
And Ralph Chen is the new addition to
Okay. And no Anita.
Karina.
But Karina is back.
Anita's never been in it. You're thinking Elaine? You keep getting them mixed up.
Why? It's not even like remotely the same name.
No, and actually while the credits are rolling here, do you know what I want to talk about?
Yeah, please do.
I was on a bit of a... I think I was so tired when we were watching Angels 2 because Elaine Loy, I talked about her not really being in a lot, but I forgot that she'd done a fantastic action role in... She was also in Bride with White Hair. She was one of the twins.
No, really?
Attached to Frances Ng.
Oh my god, is that her?
That's her, yeah.
Oh my.
But she also
that was
gets...
weird.
It was a weird, but it's beautiful.
Yeah,
like, stunning movie. She also gets a fantastic action piece and plays a cop in Ghost Hunting. Ghost Hunting, I had on video, I wore it out. Ghost Hunting is one of the follow-ups to the Lucky Stars trilogy.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually Lucky Stars 4.
Okay.
I think. So you've got Samo and the gang that they have a bit of a run-in with ghosts. Well, more so one ghost.
Of course they do.
It's very funny. Nat Chan plays him, the ghost. It's very, very funny. But there's a cracker action scene at the end, like the closing fight scene, and she gets involved in it.
Okay.
And really gets to kick ass. And Samo's directing her, so she really gets to kick ass. But she also has the kind of the costume on, the get up on that Michelle Yeoh wore in Once a Cop, Super Cop 2, Project S.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, that kind of cap thing. And she looks very, very like her.
Like something out of a 90s video
game. Yeah. But for me,
like
that's...
like a Street Fighter character, like Sonya.
Yeah, kind of like... But she really looks the part in it. And I think that's one of my favourite action scenes for her. I forgot that she was in that, but...
She's great. What I've seen of her, she's really fun.
Do you know what? She is fun. Do you want another wee stick?
I'll have one more stick before I start gabbing here.
So, obviously, yes, we've got Stanley behind more so on this. He was involved in the run up to this.
Yeah.
But we're already getting a more international feel with it.
Definitely.
And as we know, having watched Vanguard this week already, which we loved.
Yeah, it was very good.
I really enjoyed it. Stanley wants to be that more Hollywoody director, that more international feeling about his movies.
That's very clear from this one. The other two had, even just a few minutes into this, you can sense that kind of more slick approach to the direction.
Grander, yeah.
Whereas the other two felt like real gritty kind of.
Well, if you also look at the Police Story trilogy, the original trilogy.
Yeah.
1 and 2 was pure Hong Kong. It was, gritty Jackie Chan's darker movies. And Police Story 3 became something else, but had more of a Hollywood kind of feel about it. And that was Tom coming in there.
Yeah.
So, and then First Strike, which was unofficially Police Story 4.
Yeah.
So, this is Alex meeting Nick.
And
Computer. The guy on the left, his code name is Computer.
Computer. So, like, operations or division.
Very techy. He's the tech guy of the Angels.
Do you know, I tried looking up Karina, trying to find information on her. Very scarce on the internet. In relation to her, I just find it really fascinating that she's trans and that she had such a prominent role in the second one and that she's back in this one. It's trying to find information on her is quite hard.
Yeah, I must have a wee. I've obviously got my Marina books there.
Yeah.
I'll have a wee look.
Yeah, Jay, because
but as far as I'm aware, she didn't pop up in any other movies, not even Hong Kong movies, but just any other movies.
Yeah, she whenever I looked at her IMDb, it was like 6 or 7 credits. There wasn't an awful lot. Yeah, so it's very, very slight career, but very capable. I mean, she kicked bum in the first one.
Mm-hmm. And looked good with a gun.
She looked fab with that gun.
Yeah. So this, we talked about part 1 was very much Moon Lee's story.
Yeah, no, Yukari. Oh yes,
Moon Lee and Yukari. Yeah, Moon Lee versus Yukari. Part 2 then became more Elaine's story with her love for Nathan Chan, falling in love with Nathan Chan. And then part 3, we kind of follow more Alex's story.
Okay.
As such. Not so much his story, just more on Alex.
Yeah.
So here we finally get Moon Lee in.
Here she comes.
And again, unlike the other two... Oh, Jesus.
She didn't even really stop there, did she? Kind of like it just wiped out this kid.
Totally just floored him, didn't she? What a hectic looking port.
I honestly would have to having like an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Look at the way they're all just
train station
through. It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah, I would freak out there. I'm usually quite calm on these things, but he's quite handsome.
And if I seen someone like that running through, I'd be like, what is going on?
Okay, so this girl here,
as
you can see, Moon bumped into her by accident. I recognise him as well.
She was about to start a fight with her.
Yeah, thinking she was being attacked. And this is Moon's intention. So this girl is one of the villains of the piece.
Okay.
He's lovely, isn't he? And Moon is playing this clumsy kind of bookworm of a girl who's playing her character without even being in front of that woman from the start, bumping into the kid and all that before she even saw the woman. She is playing this kind of, he is bloody gorgeous. And her intention is to basically square off against this girl.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure who she is.
Okay.
I'm not too sure who he is. I'd love to know. Look at her. She's poking him with the umbrella and everything. Oh, yes.
See, with those glasses, actually, Min looks much more traditionally Chinese.
Do you know, there's a number of movies where Moon wears glasses. Again, go back to The Big Deal, which I really want to show you because it's fucking hilarious and the fights are phenomenally fun. Yeah, there's a number of them where she wears glasses, especially the bigger ones. Yeah. And I think it suits her brilliantly. It does. I love her as a comic actress. She's great. She is brilliant. There's so many comedies. Look at that. But it's like a schoolgirl approach. Yeah. She gives it a real... she has a really good comic timing. I think she's so funny in a lot of movies. You touch me. He is bloody gorgeous. Yeah. I'd actually have liked this to have been in Cantonese to hear him and delivering the lines. She's absolutely brilliant. He touched my titties. Is that what she just said? I think something to that element, yeah. But obviously what she's trying to do is get rid of him for his own safety. Yeah. God love him. He's very funny.
So it's interesting, whenever just watching this, and we've talked a lot about female action films, and I started to kind of go into much more like European and American female action films, not very many of them. So there's not, but it's interesting is that in Hong Kong it seems to be quite acceptable for women to lead an action film, and there really be no reasoning behind them being there apart from they're just good at what they do. Yeah. In American and Western and British action films, when they introduce a female lead, she seems to be a bit more complex. And it's almost like they write female action parts better in America on TV. You think of Alias, Buffy, La Femme Nikita, all of those shows. Because maybe do they think that women are more kind of like morally complex that they need more space to move? I mean, these films prove that they don't.
Do Hong Kong filmmakers just see them as equal in a sense?
That's the thing. That's what I'm starting to think. Is it a case of just equality in Hong Kong, or is it, do Americans just find women a little bit
vital
more complex?
Point of action cinema?
Yeah.
In Hong Kong.
Yes.
And they've usually switched genders as well. Oh, there we go. Starting off with the drugging. Oh.
Whoa! Bit of bomb throwback there.
Yeah. From
Russia with Love.
Yeah, we've connected these movies with the Bonds, the spy movies, the Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
And it continues. Oh, fuck that.
Ouch. Oh. God, man, that did look like it hurt.
Actually hurt me. Oh. I mean, this is a tight space.
It is a tight space, but I love seeing fights like this in small spaces. It's
not Lawrence Fishburne and Agent Smith in The Matrix in the toilet cubicle, but it's still it's still a tight. Wow.
And a long fight, a lot of fights that take place in spaces like this are quite brief.
Yes, they're over quite quick after a few hits. I'm trying to remember this girl's name, but
Oh, nice.
Oh, a bit of a knicker shot there. So she's already starting to kind of drug out.
Nice, that's it, man. Get her right there.
She must be shattered.
Very good. So yes, great fight sequence there. On the trailer. Nothing that we haven't already seen
but it's
before,
very an introductory kind of thing. But
nice.
Moon gets one of her all-time top fight scenes coming up.
Okay, good. I'm excited to see that. But yes, going back to the issue of equality, is it a case that just in China that they're seen as just equal, and in America we think in the Western world we think women are more complex, so we find it harder to write stronger roles?
She's just taken over her role now, so she's got into her costume.
Okay.
That was the whole point of her taking that
got you.
attack. So I think whether it's just straightforward equality all overall or just in the movies and entertainment world, are the women seen as equal when it comes especially to action movies.
Yes.
As far as you go back, even into Jackie's early kung fu stuff, you see that the women,
Shaw Brothers.
Without a doubt. The Shaw Brothers as well, the same sort of era, but you do see that the women have a stronghold over and there's a lot of matriarchal characters in Shaw Brothers movies that lead the way. It's always been a thing, whereas with American cinema
or just Western, anything
or Western, they've always been in the kitchen.
Yes.
Theoretically. And that's why I think especially you get excited when a female action star comes out in Hollywood.
Yes.
Whereas I'm like, I've seen it, you know what I mean? And I've watched these.
You've lived with these women for so long.
Destroying
this
themselves.
Is all very, very new to me. And then, I knew, well, not a new actress, but an actress decides then to take on a role of an action star. And it either works or it doesn't. It worked for Angie Jolie. It worked for Charlize.
And Angelina Jolie does not look like an action star, but she did it.
She did it.
And she pulled it off quite well, I have
fantastically
to say.
well in a number of films.
Yeah.
Not just Tomb Raider, but in Salt, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Wanted. she did quite a few. And she's got Eternals coming up, so I'm hoping that's going to be a good role for her.
But
Charlize did it with Atomic Blonde and Cypher.
Right. And then you have Mila, who's been doing it from the get-go, pretty much.
But again, they aren't particularly, they almost try and give them too much exposition to make it a reason why they need to be hard, and these women just in these films are just good at what they do. There's no real exposition behind who they are, their intentions. They're just good fighters. They just get in and do what the job has to be done. And then I watch shows like Alias and La Femme Nikita and Buffy, and how deep into the characters, especially the female characters, that they go to kind of their intentions and whatever. And it does make me think, what is it a cultural thing completely, or is it just that we do see women as more complex, or we're conditioned to see them as more complex?
I'd say condition's probably a good
in the
term
Western world, we've seen them in wives and mother roles, or in action films, we've seen them as the sex appeal, or especially in Bond, the women now, a lot of them were
that
tough.
Shows you
but,
kind of the Western mind, I suppose, doesn't it?
But we don't see this in Iron Angels, in Charlie's Angels, they called it Jiggle TV for a reason, because it attracted men because they didn't wear bras, they wore short skirts, their wee shorts, whatever. And then when Bond came out, he had strong women, but he was able to overpower them simply by a look.
Yeah.
You do not see that
in
Chinese cinema.
No. One thing I've always noticed about Chinese cinema is two things, and the fact that they don't use drug comedy in Hong Kong cinema or Chinese cinema.
Drug
especially
comedy?
Like in Hollywood, I've always said that I love that. The Hollywood have always been the biggest drug pushers, because in all their movies and their comedies, they're always like,
it's drug cartels.
Even if it's PG or 12, they're always like, oh, get high, it's funny.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of that.
There she is.
But what I'm talking about is in Hong Kong movies, everyone's equal.
Yeah.
And they don't need to be
drug addicts
drug jokes, or something. Like there's none of that kind of humor. You look at any Chow Sing Chi comedy, it's 99% of it is just a good laugh without having to
pretty bonkers.
Yeah. Whereas in Hollywood, you've kind of even down to the Grinch or something like that. There's always a hint of something for the adults in a kids movie, or an animated movie. But yes, that was something I've always noticed, and again, 40 years nearly of watching, that the women have always been one of the main characters, one of the main action stars. It's not, they've never just been the sidekick.
No.
And even when Super Cop kind of made, let's say, that groundbreaking moment where Michelle Yeoh was seen as Jackie's equal, we've already had that for so long, but just Hollywood were suddenly stepping back and going, hang on a wee minute.
Because they've seen, I think, probably with Michelle, when you look at Michelle and you look at the likes of Min Lee, there is a much more universal appeal, and I don't mean this in any kind of derogatory form. There is a much more universal appeal to Michelle Yeoh. She looks like a superstar.
Yeah.
Moon Lee looks like a regular Chinese. She's stunning, but she looks like a regular woman who can really, really fight, and that's great.
Yeah.
Michelle has that presence that really kind of, I think that's what made Hollywood be like, oh, we could utilize this.
Yes, and I also think,
please tell me, is this the moment?
This is part of the moment. It gets
okay.
This is only a warm up.
Wow, okay.
But yes, Michelle Yeoh seems to have that grace about her. So she does. And you know what? Perhaps if one of the other girls had went down that route.
Yeah.
This guy just got kicked.
Yeah.
Pana Ritikrai.
Wow.
If I'm saying that right. The guy that basically found Tony Jaa and directed him through On Back and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
Who died a couple of years back.
So that's who that was there?
Yeah, because it's very Thai heavy here because they're in Thailand.
Okay, gotcha.
So you'll have a lot of Thai stuntmen who would have went on to work on all those bigger productions.
Another point that I want to make while watching this fabulous fight scene and watching them literally blitz the hell out of 50 men here.
I mean, this is stuff that Black Widow's doing now, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you literally just took my point kind of and put it into like a sentence, but what I was going to say is...
power in this?
Michelle came around, I know she was around in the 80s, but that kind of big moment kind of came for her in the early 90s, right?
Bigger moment, yes. Yeah. She had done a number of amazing stuff.
Yes, she had done some good stuff prior to her that kind of break, I suppose.
But getting to work with Jackie took her to that next step.
Yeah. What I think with women like Yukari Oshima, Min Lee, Elaine Loy, Cynthia Khan, they were ahead of their time in terms of universal appeal. I think had these women been working now, they'd be everywhere.
They'd be in everything, yeah.
And they would be probably the biggest action stars in the world.
I agree. And
I think that they were just too ahead of their time. It shows how progressive. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Cynthia Rothrock, good example of a Western star who was just too ahead of her time. People, I don't think, were quite ready. I mean, she had a lot of straight-to-video action films. They weren't ready to see her on a big screen kicking ass. They wanted the men to dominate.
As I said before, I think if they put Cynthia Rothrock as Sonya Blade in the Mortal Kombat movie, that would have given her a head, like another head start there.
Yeah.
Because for me, Sonya Blade was based on Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah.
And she even done her trademark scorpion kick.
Yes.
So I know it was based on Cynthia Rothrock. But yes, definitely, this is an era where we're not going to get back, as I've said before. And unfortunately, we're seeing... It's
an era of movie making where we'll never get back.
No, God, no. Definitely not. But there's no women today, even though we've seen new action stars starting to come out, especially from Hong Kong and China, there's no one giving the same. I mean, you saw that brief, for that fight scene there, the impact that Moon was given, the
and
hits,
Grace.
And oh my God, it's just phenomenal.
She moves with such, it's a dancing background, but she moves with such fluidity. And that's what makes her such a compelling fighter. She's a wonderful actress. As you say, those comic moments prove that she's a very capable actress as well.
I think so.
But the more I think about it, the more I think, were they just too ahead of their time? Was the world not ready for that kind of progression? And is that why they didn't escalate beyond where they were?
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, Hollywood certainly didn't have action women at that stage.
No, they weren't really. They weren't doing
things
like
by
this
the
here.
mid-90s when they started dying out in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie's Angels, it's an action series, but they weren't particularly amazing fighters. They should have gotten, and they could use their sexuality to get into whatever situations.
Which they did, and there was a comedy element to that.
This here, they're not using that. They're using skill. They're using.
We only saw in Iron Angels 1 that one time out of all the shows really where Elaine Lloyd gets out of her car and kind of flirts to try and get what she wants, and it all goes tits up. Yeah. Almost like a piss take of what would happen if it was...
and it could very well have been done like that. But... And the fact that they have a trans woman,
So, do you remember when we watched Vanguard, I talked about how... you'd said about how the Vanguard headquarters was set in London, which was odd. Yeah. But then I reverted back to how the Mission Impossible and the James Bond movies have people all around the world. And this is a great example of that. Now you've got Alex from Hong Kong, Ralph, who's met him there, who I'm guessing is from Hong Kong. American guy, computer, Thai, trans, Chris, Karina. So you have got that mix of, even though, they may just have one particular base, but they are spread out all over the world. But,
of course they are,
But that's why I kind of was enjoying Vanguard a bit more. It was a throwback to this kind of era. Yes. Even though it was very modern and very glossy and very slick, it still, for me, had a feel of the late 80s and early 90s kind of action movies, especially from Hong Kong. That's some big computer isn't it? That he's got.
My God.
Like
Try getting that under your house nowadays.
Doctor Who prop or something. Look at that wee green lime juice.
I know.
So
just it's the thing that I was watching just to kind of go into. I miss the colouring of old films. You seem to find like this here, look how dark it is, and then they have just like blue light coming in or green light. And I was watching the 1998 version of Beowulf last night with Christopher Lambert and Rona Mitra, and the way they used to use colours in the 90s and their pyro and physical effects. What do I want to say? Not physical effects. Practical effects. It's like, God, I miss this so much because they just were just really nice to look at, and there was an element of escapism in there. Today it's almost like ultra realism. They're trying to put in too much realism to it.
Exactly, and they overdo it sometimes.
Sometimes,
yeah. But just sometimes. She's very skilled with that.
I mean, with Fast and Furious, it started as realistic and then kind of declined into
you
much
look at Hobbs
bigger.
And Shaw,
yeah.
it goes wild. And
it does, and it's fun.
It's like a live action.
It's exactly what I want an action movie to be.
Oh yeah.
But from starting at such humble kind of sleeper hit beginnings, it's a drag race movie. About trying to smuggle.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I've never sat to watch them all because I'm not interested in cars, but they have progressed into action movies.
Yes,
definitely. And I keep threatening to sit down and give it a go.
You should.
I did catch Hobbs and Shaw, mind you.
We did. We went to see it in the cinema.
Pretty wild.
Together.
I think so.
Yeah, we did. Yes.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah. This time last year.
Was it?
No, it was
before that.
Yeah.
Before that.
It was before that.
So this girl, I keep trying to, while we've been talking, I'm trying to remember her name because she did pop up in one more Hong Kong movie, I think, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was. It's bad. I'm getting so old. But so Moonlee then obviously has been, she's tricked them into thinking she was the Japanese assassin.
Yeah.
And because it's an English dub, we don't really...
Yeah, we
get
don't
lost
get
in a language or lost in translation as such. But again, this is a fast and furious friggin' fight scene, especially with blades.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think that's Stanley.
That was Stanley Tom?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nearly sure. I don't know. Looked a bit like him when she threw him over there, but
Yeah, I'd like to think that you would die after that.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
Right in the ass cheek. Oh, in the thigh.
Oh, I love that little contraption she
cool,
has.
Yeah.
Zaps back.
But I think she's a great villainess. I mean...
Yeah, she is actually. Whoa! Wow! Unexpected blood squirt there.
Yeah. But even Moon's a bit shocked, like... Yeah, she's a great villainess. I like her. I gotta, excuse me, I grabbed my phone to have a look who she is, because it's actually hurting my head thinking.
George has now left the commentary
for
me to do it on my own.
I'm still here.
The first time he's ever broken protocol.
Sorry.
Come sit while you do.
You know why you get a sore head when you're just overthinking something?
Yes, I do. Get it all the time.
Love that. Is it a house, a hotel? What is it? A Stanley?
Who knows?
Not me.
But hopefully they blow it up.
Iron Angels 3.
So where's the new guy?
This is the new guy.
Oh,
on
this
the
is
left,
him?
this is Ralph Chan.
Okay.
Not too sure of his full name, mind you. But yeah, so in the second one, they dropped David Chang, who was the leader kind of the Angels. And it's a shame that he didn't, not that he, I don't know if it was his choice or not, that he didn't appear in each of them, and kind of like sent them on their missions, or at least cameoed to give them a heads up as to what was going to happen. I think that would have been a nice... Ralph Chan, let's see. Nope, this is apparently the only thing, according to IMDb, the only thing that he's been in.
That Ralph Chan's ever been in?
Ralph Chan's been in.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. And the same goes for, I think, computer. Mark Steinborn. No, he's an actor known for... Okay, so he's done a couple of things. Nothing amazing. And Kitty Hickman. Kitty Hickman is the villainess.
Yeah. Known for...
But she's just listed... She's only listed for this, but I'm nearly sure that she also starred in Princess Madam with Moonlee. So
those are films again I'd love to see. We need to just do a whole Moonlee commentary track thing.
Without a doubt. Princess Madam is a fantastic one. It's actually a Godfrey Ho movie. You know, the infamous Godfrey Ho, who's really only been known for his cut and paste movies, the ninja, the media books I get from Germany and stuff. But he genuinely does offer up some fantastic stuff, like Deadly China Dolls, which is also known as Lethal Panther, and one of my all-time favorites, which is Angel Enforcers.
Yes, like
I've told you about that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's see, is she popping up here? No, she's not popping up, but I'm nearly sure she's in one of these. Definitely, I would. Yeah, there you go. Oh no, it's. Anyway, we'll get it sorted.
Well,
oh,
something just blew over.
Something
outside.
blew over or blew up. But yes, I There, do you know what? There seems to be a loss of cast as each one progresses, and again, I talk about how the production values perhaps drop for this one. They've obviously moved to Thailand because it's cheaper to shoot there.
Shit. Yes.
Nice moves.
And she just has a freaking bomb and a pineapple.
Yeah. I have a pen.
That's how I might get away with How to Get Away with Murder.
Alex, yeah, I know, right? But again, these are women.
Yeah.
Theoretically unknown women, action
Yes.
stars.
Yes.
And possibly from Thailand, I would imagine. But they're still doing some incredible stuff.
They are.
Like, it's not basic moves. They're getting involved.
No, they really aren't basic moves. You know, the thing about Chinese action cinema, Hong Kong action cinema, is how elaborate. Like, that was excellent. What you said there. Is how elaborately.
Fucking hell,
I know. Yeah.
The shit out of him.
How elaborately authentic they look. I mean, they're elaborate, but they actually don't look. Do you know, with some action films, you can watch it and just be like, that looks like that could never happen in real life.
Yeah.
And you watch these and you do think, like, how does someone move like that? And they're doing it.
They're doing it. Oh, 100%.
You know? And as elaborate as they are, they look so genuinely authentic. Oh, yeah.
No, they're going 100%, and there's a lot of it. There's no holding back, and I think that's one of the reasons that they went to Thailand is because the Thai stuntmen, who were big fans of the Hong Kong movies, especially of the Jackie Chan, ultimate Jackie Chan era, as I like to call it.
Yes.
They wanted to try and outdo that, which they came about with On Back and all that, and proved they could do. So I would imagine that the chance to get into this Hong Kong movie, they're going to let themselves get hit and be,
And you know, there's a female
about.
action star that we've never even mentioned, and she's not Chinese, but she's still worth mentioning. Maiko Kaiji,
from
Lady Snowblood.
Oh yes, well,
female prison
classic.
scorpion.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, well, this is it.
There's another one from back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, the scope just opens and opens and opens.
Further proving that potentially again
the West
the East were just too ahead of everyone else. They maybe weren't they're more progressive as they're accepting of a trans woman in a lead role, more accepting of women in action, more fearless and inventive, and
it's only today you would see them more sexualized women.
Yes.
Not even as much as Hollywood would have even done back then or still do today in a slutty kind of way, but there is more of a Hollywood approach to
even in
Eastern filmmaking.
Yeah, in Naked Weapon.
Yeah.
With Maggie Q.
Yeah.
It's Maggie Q and Naked Weapon.
That's right, yes.
I mean, it's quite a sexual film in a way, but not hyper-sexualized that,
and not by putting her down in a sense.
No, exactly, not at all. The sexuality is what enhances her ability. Whereas I think in the East they miss that. They almost, is there a bomb in this?
Yeah.
Frickin' hell, amazeballs. Look at that. Wow.
Nice wee stunt.
Yeah.
Done that a couple of times. Oh, it was just a pineapple. It wasn't even.
Oh.
It was just to stop him chasing.
Oh, clever girl.
No, she's gone. She was a tough cookie.
She was a tough cookie.
And what a chase. Like, through those tight wee streets and alleys. Sit down. Oh.
He actually looks comical. I'm sorry, that guy. Do you know who he actually reminds me of? Arsenio Hall.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't he a wee bit?
He does a wee bit. Yeah.
So what was it? Sorry, what was the point of his
Even Arsenio got in on the Hong Kong action when he moved into martial law.
True.
Yeah.
True. Bless Arsenio. I wonder if he's back. I think he's back for Coming to America.
I believe so.
Yes. He's back for the sequel.
Yeah.
It's a trailer I haven't checked out yet, but I do love the first movie, so I'm excited to see Eddie back.
Yeah, it was good fun.
In the sequel. Anyway, that's totally irrelevant.
Oh,
what happened? Did his head just explode?
Yeah, he just shot him in the head.
Very good. Not very. I don't condone violence in any way. Unless shit's being blown up, and then I condone it 100%.
Look at that room.
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4 big TVs.
But do you know what's really interesting is that you watch these films and you can tell that the budget's not great.
No.
But I was watching modern action films, Pound of Flesh being the one that sticks out in my head the most, and the budget that they had. And Mike, I'm sorry if you're watching this, I've already said this to you. Is that I have seen TV productions and movies from the 80s with better production values than I have that film.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the recent Seagal ones. Seagal started with great production values, great fights, whatever, and then moved into this really, the same with Snipes, Michael J. White, all of those ones. They all started with good production values, and decent, watchable movies, and then it's these really odd, but still quite high budget films that just look like shit.
Yeah.
And it's really disappointing to think that,
It does worry me that, because I think, when I see the budgets for movies like that, I think what I could do with it.
Yes.
And it angers me that it's been wasted as such.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, on a name.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're just saying.
Pretty much.
No excuses necessary. I've heard them all before. So the generalized story, I haven't even really talked about the generalized story of Iron Angels 3.
That's an interesting question. Because I don't think I've ever figured it out myself, if I'm being honest. This is Pana as well. You see on the left, this is the guy then, the choreographed on back, Warrior King, Born to Fight, all that kind of thing.
But MMA style fighting?
Or the Tony Jaa style fighting?
Well, Tony Jaa style. But his is more based on MMA.
The thing is, Pana has about 50 titles under his name, or behind his name.
As a fighter?
As a director. As a star, and as a choreographer, or more.
Sorry, I thought we were talking about like world fighting titles
no.
there.
I mean like film titles. So people only really sort of think that he's in, or he was behind On Back and all that kind of, all the modern action time movies. Mm-hmm. But he has been going from the early 80s. He has created, and most of them are made on probably a budget that I would use.
Yeah.
And shot in his backyard or in the jungle next to him.
I bet you.
Yeah, they're all pretty exciting. They're a bit wild. Like if you like get Thai humor, you'll enjoy them more. But otherwise, you'd be thinking these look pretty shit. So a gang of crime-fighting martial arts beauties battle a terrorist organisation based in Thailand, led by a religious fanatic. Now, for me, that's only the general.
It's the generalised.
The general who shot the guy in the head. The soldier
that's
in the
him.
head.
So that's not even anything to do with.
I don't think it's even to do with the female. I'm trying to figure out her role. But yeah, it is. It's funny enough. It's one of the movies that I've always watched and thought, what actually happened?
Yeah. But like I said, sometimes you don't even need that. If the action can take you away from it, who cares about the story?
Exactly. You did say that after Vanguard. You were like, if they hadn't have thought too hard about the characters, you would have just been.
I would have just loved it because it just would have been action. But they went too much into the characters and the situation and the story, and I was like,
tried to make it difficult.
Yeah, it ruins it a little bit for me.
No, this is
if you're going to do something like that, make it an action thriller, like something like a thriller.
Well, that's what I said. Had they cut especially in Vanguard, had they cut the silly wee comedy moments, not silly in a bad sense, but if they cut if they cut those out, it would have been played more straight-laced.
Yeah,
and it would have worked.
Yeah,
I think. But yes, one thing I always remembered about this movie was the lengthy kickboxing scenes.
Yeah.
And I think that was more so for Pana's benefit, because he was also in as a choreographer and a stuntman, and really a massive fan of Hong Kong cinema.
I'd actually like to see Kickboxer's Tears.
Oh yes,
with Yukari. That'd be a good one.
Moon and Yukari Oshima.
Yeah.
It is very good actually. Again,
who's in the Inspector's Wish Skirt series?
So Sybil Who is the leader. Cynthia Rothrock guest stars, but quite lengthily guest stars. Enough to get plenty of action. And then it's a bunch of. Do you know Sandra Ng, the comedian? From Golden Chicken and stuff?
No.
Okay, well then it would be more so a bunch of people you wouldn't really recognise.
Right, okay.
Cara Hu from Cara Hui from the Shaw Brothers. She's in it.
I know Cara Hui. Don't know her personally.
But it's a whole gang of new, sort of, let's say, new faces for you. And again, kind of...
The trailers look good.
Oh, I love them. Do you know, so it was released on UK Video years ago as Top Squad. Produced by Jackie Chan, and his team look after the action.
Okay.
So that, of course, was and Cynthia Rothrock was on the cover, so it was an immediate pull for me.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I mean, I would watch it once a week. So I would have when I was a teenager as Top Squad. Just loved it. Thought it was hilarious. The action was brilliant.
Yeah. So we're veering off topic, guys.
We are,
but this is an extremely lengthy ring fight. Nothing's really happening here.
It's a very lengthy. So this is Pana.
Yeah. He even looks a bit like Tony Jaa, doesn't he? A little. Yeah. I think it's the wet hair.
Tie look, yeah. So he's challenging Alex to a fight here. But yes, we will do the Inspector's Wear Skirts.
The feathers. They're hurting me.
We will do Inspector's Wear Skirts.
There's so much to do. There's so much that we will cover, guys. It's nice to actually see. By the way, thank you to everybody that's been watching these commentaries. They seem to be the world cinema, Asian cinema ones seem to have higher views than what our previous ones did, so that's why I'm kind of like,
but I think also
just take that and
we're watching the right movies. You know, there is a genre, not a genre, an era of Hong Kong movies that you just could not dislike, and that is these 80s to mid 90s range. I love Alex's moves.
Yeah,
he's
a very good fighter, very fast.
But just there's power in his hits and his kicks, you know.
Even in his stance, like look at his body. His body looks tense and
But he would never be. He would never have been. Nobody who let's say would be a major fan of Hong Kong cinema would say, "Oh, Alex is one of the better ones." But I've always enjoyed him. Like there's a real cheap movie I got. It was only ever released in a bad English dub here on a cheap label called Thunder Run.
Right.
And it kind of just dips its toe into Cat 3 territory. And it's about him and Ray Loy, who I fucking love, that go get put into, I think it's an Indonesian or Thai prison in the jungle.
Right.
So it has that kind of escape from prison theme going on, but it's fucking dark and brutal, and you get some cracker fights in it as well. But this shows you just what kind of a martial artist he is.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't sort of hold him up to being this regarded as a great martial arts fighter. So he's betting on him obviously to win, so they can get some money behind them, and no pressure, like. Just going against...
No, look at that crazy mofo.
Thailand's top fighter, yeah.
Crazy face there.
Yeah.
He looks like he's ready to kill.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, look at that fucking hell. I'd be terrified. Like, I'm not one from backing down from a fight, but if that came at me, I'd be like, you can take it. Just I'll throw myself on the floor.
I don't think there'd be no stopping him.
I'll throw myself through this window because I'm scared right now.
Well, that's part of the power in the ring, isn't it? Let them see that you're not going to back down.
Yeah. And look at those swings and those kicks.
Yeah, they just open up.
They're angry. They're...
I do think he's got great kicks, Alex.
Yeah, he does.
I think Iron Angels would have been the first thing I would have seen Alex in. And then, of course, once I recognised him, he would pop up in a lot of other things throughout. And another great underrated one called American Dragon on VHS, but Guns of the Dragon was his original title, with him and Ray Loy again.
So, Iron Angels, the franchise, did it end here, or is there more?
No, this was the official trilogy. This was the end of the official trilogy, and because of the success of Iron Angels 1 and 2, a vast amount of movies came out with the angel in the title.
Yes, I noticed that's a trend in China.
Then it became like, is it a sequel? Is it not a sequel? It stars Moon Lee.
Yeah.
It stars Moon Lee as a secret agent or a cop, but it wasn't. This was just the official trilogy as such. And no, I don't think there was any more made to... People talk about a certain...
Now, this box set does have an Angels 4 in it, doesn't it?
No, it has a fourth title called Raging Angels,
yes.
which is nothing to do with
Okay,
it.
so it's not even a sequel.
No, it doesn't.
Just
and it's Michiko Nishiwaki, and it's nothing to do with it. But that's what I mean. There's, had I made that box set, I would have put in a Moon Lee Angels movie that kind of related a wee bit more to it and tried to pan it off.
Which is Angel Force one of Moon Lee's?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's good fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, but it's not amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But when the action comes about, it's still fun. It passes. But there is so many. And there was even Godfrey Ho made one called Angel the Kickboxer with Cynthia Rothrock. That was its Hong Kong title. Then it was re-edited
with Dragon. Was that?
No, Honor and Glory.
Oh yes, yeah.
And Yukari Oshima was actually in the Hong Kong version, and she got cut then from the Honor and Glory cut.
Oh my gosh!
So I will eventually get the Angel Kickboxer version.
Yeah.
And see what the differences are there.
Very strange, isn't it? Such a kick.
Jesus.
It's a very, very prolonged sequence.
I mean,
half the film.
It's very. So this is one thing that annoyed me about Angels 3 was this very lengthy kickboxing, but also I'm just thinking.
It's incredibly impressive.
They're not doing it in front of a couple of people. There's
an entire arena full of
people
there. It's incredibly impressive.
Oh,
so it is.
I mean, the amount of energy they're
using. Fucking in the throat.
Yeah.
Did he just kill him?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, it was kill or be killed, really.
I mean, that literally went right in the
windpipe.
Oh my god.
He just crushed
right in the larynx. And then the blood went.
Crushed his chuckle box. His titter valve. His Ken Dodd used
his cry hole, as I call it.
Up your titter, it leaves your chuckle box and goes up your titter valve.
I say to my sister, would you put a cork in your cry hole, please? Because she's always moaning about something, do you know what I mean?
I know. Look at that lighting behind the tree.
I love that.
Yes, the Hong Kong night lighting is a big draw to me. I watched a movie this morning before I went to work called The Assassin, with Max Mox, 1993, from Billy Chung. And it's something I would love to see on Blu-ray cleaned up because the lighting in it, it's very like kind of like New Dragon Get In from Choi Hark with Donnie Yen, or Bride with White Hair, the way they were lit.
I loved that, the way that
has
was lit.
That, or Burning Paradise, but just gorgeous.
Or Zoo Warriors, it was well lit actually.
Zoo Warriors, beautifully lit. Yeah, gosh, epic movie.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, here we go. So, because he was kind of done them all, he's saying, "I nearly died for you to get all that money." So he was really fighting for him to win, And now these guys are coming after him that want their money back. Good luck.
So, is it Robert Chen?
Ralph
Chen doesn't... Oh, I was just about to say he hasn't had a single fight sequence. So here we go.
Yeah, he did a couple of moves during the pineapple scene. But, nothing really. And do you know what?
Nice.
He fairly impressive. So I'm going to guess that on IMDb, the name Ralph Chen is known as someone else,
yeah.
and he's on there with a few more credits. Because he's not a terrible looking guy. He's got good comedy timing, great moves.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he's went on and done a few more things.
I would say so.
Got to. You couldn't do one thing like this and then go like, oh, that's
somebody
not
be
for
like,
me.
no, we'll not cast
it's not
him.
for me. I think I'll just go and work in the library.
Look at how fast they are. What I love also about Hong Kong action films is their use of props.
Yes.
They utilize the props and the scenery and the set very, very effectively.
Yeah.
They're not really afraid to demolish their sets.
No.
Or use what's there.
Mm-hmm.
You know. In a lot of films you see a lot of tables getting broken, but he's using ladders, baskets, all kinds of things, to protect himself.
It's something that has been going on for a long time, but obviously was highlighted more when Jackie Chan came on the scene, because Jackie Chan was the prop master. Like he, from wooden stools to chopsticks to everything, he would utilize.
I even think a 36 chamber.
Yeah.
You know how they utilize the sets and that so
incredibly
well.
When you think back to like the first
look, that alley has been destroyed.
I know, right? The first or second episode of Martial Law with Sammo Hung, where he takes a chalk duster off your big guy. He was, the guy from Dumb and Dumber who sits between them in the van.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Danny Aiello.
Yeah.
He was also in The Protector. I'm thinking it's the same guy. And
Danny Aiello's in The Protector?
Yeah, with Jackie Chan.
Didn't know that.
So it's either him or the guy that looks like him. Anyway, he offers Sammo a duster, a blackboard duster, chalk duster, and says, could you even use this to beat me? And he defeats him with it. So there has been this long tradition of using props where you don't see that much in the West.
Unless it's a gun.
That's it, really.
Yeah.
And then you start now more so, you start to see that, as we talked about with Vanguard, you see the adaptation of Hong Kong action in every Hollywood action movie now. And they're starting to pull that in. I think theoretically for me as well, that's why a lot of the major action stars of Hong Kong kind of got put to the wayside in Hollywood, or never got the big break they really did deserve, because Hollywood were adapting that for their own stars.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Everywhere in the world does it.
Yeah.
There's not one country that can't say that they do things to suit their audience,
the
people that they work with,
etc.
But so more films from the West get universal distribution than they do for Eastern films. Yeah. So, it's a shame. Because I'd have been sitting in the movie theatre watching this, no problem. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I did.
Oh God, George.
I got to see it. No, here's why. I forgot all about that until you said that. So, my first time in New York, I went out in Times Square early one morning, and for years, I've always heard about these kung fu theatres. Found a kung fu theatre in Times Square. It was like $5 for 24 hours of kung fu movies.
Whoa.
Now,
and this is one of them?
They had 4 screens. They had an old Jackie Chan classic on, a low-A classic. They had 2 other kung fu movies, and they had this. And you could jump in between each screen as much as you wanted to watch them.
That shit was dingy as fuck.
It was the smelliest,
I'm sure,
dirtiest, stinkingest, and there was homeless people sleeping on the back seats, drinking, pissing on the floors.
Ew.
It was a terrifying experience, but I loved it.
Yeah.
And I was in there on my own, and I just had a blast. I think I went in at 11 in the morning, came out at 7 or 8 at night. Had a wonderful time. And I even watched some of these twice,
Yeah.
But yes, this was one of them. Midnite. It was known as Midnite Angels 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was their American title. So you've got Angels 3, Iron Angels 3, Fighting Madam 3, and Midnight Angels 3.
Jesus wept.
He did. Oh, no. Oh, so they all have these gold teeth. Have you noticed that they can poison themselves with?
Oh.
If they don't want to talk. And what a way to go.
You just take your blood back.
Yeah.
Alex Fong's quite well built.
He is indeed. He's very fit. I was going to say they haven't had time to get cleaned up.
So Karina hasn't had much action in this installment.
No.
Yeah.
No, perhaps for the finale.
Okay.
I can't really remember straight off, but.
And she's credited in this as Karina Issa.
Yeah, which in part 2 she only got Karina. Yeah. And there's computer flirting with her, but he doesn't know about Karina. But
well, it doesn't really matter.
No, I'm not joking. Of course it doesn't. I think this for me at the end, Moonlee gets the big fight finale, and then it becomes a very, quite like we saw in Vanguard, a very James Bond, jetpacks and all that kind of thing, guns, explosions.
Oh, yeah. Great, excellent. That's what I love to hear.
It's Stanley Tong.
Where?
No, I'm saying that's why
sorry.
we're getting that ending again. Remember I talked about that he kind of takes away from Jackie.
I do love a big.
You love it. I still believe that a Hong Kong martial arts action movie, especially a Jackie Chan one, should have that.
Min's been absent for quite a while. She's back.
Yes, she should have, or it should have that end battle.
Yeah.
That everyone expects to have.
Yes, the physical battle.
Yeah, like hand to hand fight scene.
Like what they did in most of the Shaw Brothers films and all of the Shaw Brothers films.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You want that. Everyone
the build up to those
it.
big, real fight sequences.
And then when they don't happen, that's where the disappointment comes in. Even though it's an impressive ending, that's where the disappointment comes in. It's one of the major disappointments for me in Accidental Spy because it's the burning truck stunt. But an end fight would have been incredible. So she's obviously trying to get more information on this blonde villainous
played by Kitty Ekman. Oh, whoa. Please tell me she did not just do that.
She did it. Whether it was her or a stuntman, I don't know.
Or reverse.
Whether she was on a wire. No, they would have done it that way up, but there could have been help with the wire.
Incredible.
I mean, to do it, could you do it with a wire still?
Yeah, I couldn't even. I need wires to get out of bed in the morning. Do you know what I mean? I thought we were going to see some TNA. But we're not. It's very tasty.
Speaking of which, I actually watched the UK release is called Street Angels, Sexy and Dangerous. It was a Sexy and Dangerous series with Ching Mi Yu and Shu Kui and stuff. And Shu Kui is actually topless in a few scenes.
Shu Kui is topless?
Yes.
I mean, that woman never ages.
No, she's
do you know what I mean? I do like Shu Kui, yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't think she gets enough credit for how good she is.
So it was a Cat 3 movie with Simon Yan as well, and because she had done those topless scenes in it, she was then considered by the Chinese audience as a porn star. So this is why a lot of them wouldn't show if you're on film showing your breast, you're considered, then the audience would see it as
that is so fascinating because I've seen a lot of like Hex and things, and I mean there's not the nudity in those films is graphic. I mean you see really these women are opening their legs and you're seeing right in.
Yeah.
And
the Shaw Brothers sex movies would be quite graphic, actually. For that
like those
time.
hot sex horror movies. Yeah. They are extremely graphic. And I was like, my God, even back then. And I was like, wow, these women are so brave, to do like a very long one take, dance, like voodoo naked dance thing.
A ninja movie, I think, with Alexander Lowe or Challenge of the Lady Ninja. Can't remember which one it is either. Anyway, there's a woman ninja who fights buck naked in it. Split kicks in the air and everything.
Whoa.
And it's quite...
Whoa, we need to watch
quite
that
an
one.
Infamous scene, yeah.
I mean...
Actually, that Ninja the Final Duel would be an amazing movie for you to watch.
I'd really like to see that.
Giant flying spiders and everything.
Love it.
With ninjas riding them.
Can't wait. I literally can't wait. But it's interesting. I mean, she was considered, to be almost like semi-pornographic then, doing just a topless scene, and but look at how highly respected she is as an actress now.
Yeah.
Even the films that she's come out with now are really good. She's still appearing in a lot of things. So it clearly didn't do much to damage her career.
No, it didn't. It's just the image that the audience have of actresses who show the breasts.
Yeah.
That's why
is that in the East?
In Hong Kong and China.
Whereas in Western cinema, you want people are dying for actresses.
Here we go. This is the big finale for Moon. So we're just hitting the 1 hour mark pretty much.
Okay.
You've broken our rule. Oh my god, this is just so exciting. Look at these blades.
Whoa.
Oh. This is one of my all-time favourite Moon Lee fights. And you can continue to count the people, but you'll get lost. Because she literally takes on a small army. And brilliantly.
How exhausted she must have been after filming this.
I know, right?
And they never break a sweat.
Well, the speed of her moves.
I know.
Is phenomenal. But yeah, there's more and more. Just keep coming. But
and it really isn't unnaturalistic. This is the thing.
See that? Love it.
The thing is, it's not unnaturalistic.
It's not unnaturalistic, but there's one move she does here that I think they ruined by putting... No, ruined. They didn't need to put that move in. Here we go. The nunchucks are out.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. Just don't say enough.
So what I was going to say was the point I was going to make. It's not unnaturalistic, and I think people would watch this being like, how could she go up against 50 men with swords, Jesus, with swords like that and not get a single scratch, But it's within the fluidity of the movement. You can see it that they're flinging these blades at her, and she's having to duck, dive, and whatever.
And
it may have taken a few takes for her to get it completely right, but I mean it's showing just how plausible.
That move, that was
nice splits, nice.
But that was just one wee move.
That was like a Matrix move there, wasn't it?
Yeah. The power in her hits, though. I mean, this is the one thing for me Michelle doesn't have in her moves. Michelle's very balletic.
Yeah, but I was just about to say balletic and then didn't want to.
But Moon fucking kicks ass, like.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now.
Oh, my 2 legs would be broken from that height. Honest to God. Oh my goodness, here they come.
I don't even think I'd land on my feet.
I don't even think I'd even see the landing. I think I'd be dead before I hit the ground.
But I don't think we see Moon anymore.
Really? That's a real shame.
I know. So this is where it kind of threw me. It's possible she might pop up, but yeah. But what a way to go out! Like the window.
Yeah. Not like her career.
No.
There's only certain people you can say about.
I do miss her. I do miss her. I really do. I mean, yes.
He's loving that. Loving getting whipped there. He's like, oh yeah, more. Ooh. More. It does look like he's kind of semi enjoying it, right?
Yeah, kind of. He's smirking, isn't he?
He is.
I don't really give a goddamn. Okay, so there's really no connection with these guys.
Nah, doesn't
as yet throughout the whole movie. And the same with the blonde girl. There's no connection between. There seems to be 2 different storylines going with them. Oh, maybe we get Moon here, do we?
Kind of celebrate it, yeah.
Yay!
Celebrating that she kind of infiltrated that.
She infiltrated him and then kind of legged it.
Yeah.
Oops. But Moon's story for me would have been more exciting than watching the lengthy ring fight and
absolutely.
find out a wee bit more about what was going on her side.
And again, maybe giving Karina a bit more to do.
Yeah.
Would have been much more fascinating.
Well, there's still
that lengthy ring fight was just too much.
It was too long.
But it did show Alex Fong in a really good light. As how good of a fighter he actually is,
And I say because they shot in Thailand, they were obviously giving Panna a bit of time because he was involved and got his stuntmen involved. And so, yes, there would have been a bit more... I guess in a way, unless there was Thai investors, possibly, that got... You see that today as well, if a Chinese investor, producers get involved in a Hollywood movie, there's a much more prominent scene for the Chinese actor or a part set in China or whatever. It'll be ceremony. The fun thing is, listening to English dubs, I recognize a lot of voices from other movies.
Yeah.
Because the same people would often be dubbing these.
Dubbing those people, yeah.
But it's quite noticeable.
Turns me, honestly. Turns the guts
the
to me.
dubbing?
I can't take it at all. It's bearable because, but if I wanted to sit through this and enjoy it, the dub would make me really angry. So it would. It's why I can't buy...
I have a funny feeling
like
as well.
Who Am I and Mr. Nice Guy and all the ones that were released in the UK of Jackie's because they're all dubbed. It's like I can't do... And Gorgeous and stuff, films I really like.
I actually have the uncut version of Gorgeous on BCD.
There you go.
And Choi Sing-chi cameos in it. Ooh, that's how uncut it is.
That's why.
Actually, his cameo was fucking hilarious. Because Jackie also cameoed in his movie that was shooting on the next set. So they made a wee trade-off. So this is it leading up to the big...
bombastic showdown.
Action finale.
Nice.
And again, quite a colourful sort of setup. But yes, Tong definitely had his mark.
Looks like a blow-up.
It actually does look like a bouncy castle.
Yeah.
I mean, for a garden party, there's a lot of armed guards.
I'd be bricking it. Yeah. I'd be like, can I have a gun, please? Because I don't feel safe. You all standing around me like this.
It's like the 12th of July.
Well, we should be used to it, shouldn't we?
Yes, there's obviously word coming around that there's going to be an attack of sorts. What are you talking about?
I can't believe he has a British accent.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Dear God! I spent too much time in London.
What are you talking about?
Get back to Thailand.
Yeah.
And sort this fucking accent out. Disgrace. It actually shows how what's the word I'm looking for? How much people who were distributing this outside of China did not take these movies seriously because the dubbings are horrific and actually kind of insulting.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they can't. I mean,
they don't even try to make it authentic and realistic.
No, they really
don't.
Some dub. They don't. But I have to say, and I there is some movies that I, as a diehard Hong Kong fan, have grown up watching on video, especially that I know that the dub is fucking hilarious, and there's certain lines in it that crack me up. Like there's a line in Twin Dragons in the English dub where they're tied up and he calls the guy over, but the way he says it, the way Jackie says it in that dub is hilarious, but when you watch it in Cantonese, it's a different kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
that's it. It's almost like they think that we can't get the original language, and we're not going to understand the jokes, so they have to put in this terrible dubbing, and I'm really excited. Happy
well, that's
days.
why
What's going on? Yeah!
There we go. You see the James Bond kind of
final
element
battle.
to it.
Yeah.
But this is where the likes of 88 are giving you 4 language options and things like that.
And it's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, you can get back. You can watch the original, but you can get back to the old English dub or the new English dub or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
But yes,
and the
here
new
we
jobs
go.
are much more. It's like a much more. They're just killing civilians here. They're just killing everyone.
They've all got guns in the front of their
Yeah.
bikes. Yeah. But it is an all-out.
It's like heroic bloodshed, isn't it?
It again, similar to Vanguard, you had a completely different ballistic ending as compared to what Moon Lee had there, you know?
Yeah. Fuck me, they just don't
They
care.
are just wiping everyone and anyone.
You know, that's war for you, mate.
That's it. It's very true.
Oh,
Jesus.
Me, she didn't know where to go and she just been shot because of it.
That was an impressive shot.
That was, wasn't it?
Really good.
Oh, fuck, George.
I still don't really know who these guys in black are.
I still don't think that any ending of any film in terms of like battle, you know, like gun battles is ever going to compare to Commando.
Yeah,
I don't know what I mean? Nah, well,
I don't know.
I'd be hard pressed to believe it. If you can convince me otherwise, you can.
That was some stunt.
It was. Actually, he really
literally
died.
Just hit the wall.
Oh my god, who's that? Oh, that's the girl that was shot. Oh, Jesus.
Nope. Yeah, oh, Jesus.
Ouch.
I wouldn't have liked to be
like,
that guy
getting fucking mind.
getting poked in the head
I know.
Violently with the end of a gun. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
So are these the Angels?
Nope, they are not. Why would the Angels come in?
Whoa, I don't know, because they're badasses.
Yeah, but they would also be bad for killing innocents.
Well, true story.
No. This is an attempted assassination on these officials.
Okay.
But
which seems to have no relation to
I think it could be.
plot.
It could either be the blonde woman and her people that are doing it. Actually, it is. Now it's all coming back to me.
Okay.
It is. Sorry, folks. It's been a while. You have no idea how many movies I watched over how many years. Like the last time I watched this, I would honestly say it was.
Can we do that
tonight?
Well, no, not tonight.
All right.
But for a film?
Yeah,
Can we drive a truck through a wall?
Yeah, why not?
Do you know where I'd love to blow up? Beaver Park Hospital.
Oh, Jesus.
Have it blowing up.
I'd like
over the show.
Shoot a horror movie in that.
Me and Yanni were watching a thing the other night of it, just FYI, and I was like, oh my god, we need to go there. Me and George need to go there. Because it's an amazing place. Anyway.
It is.
I didn't realise that you filmed in Cairndhu House as well, by the way.
Oh, did?
No, I didn't realise that's where it was. You told me, but it slipped my mind.
Crazy time.
I know, sorry.
Crazy time.
Totally digressed away from the entire film there.
The entire film.
I'm very sorry. We've got casualties of war here, people. It's all shit's getting grey.
It's actually only starting. So yes, of course. So the whole idea then was that she was wanting to take over.
Nah.
Like
unless that's a fucking
that was
Mary Poppins.
That's one of those. How many clowns can you fit in there?
Yeah, absolutely. No fuck it. The Chinese people are smaller, right?
Well,
so they can fit.
I suppose there were probably some on the roof.
Hanging on the walls and everything.
Look how many people pack on those trains in India.
True.
They were definitely crammed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Get some more men.
It's ballistic, isn't it? It's just... So this is how I love my action. Get the guns out.
But some of them are just fucking getting floored without even looking.
I know they barely even get a chance to leave the vehicle.
So this guy in the back behind him in the white, seeing the shades? Yeah, I was just trying to catch. I thought he was one of Jackie Chan's stunt guys.
Oh, sorry, and is he not? So have you totally reverted?
He had a look on his face there that kind of...
Because you were like, see this guy, and I'm waiting for the punchline, and then you had nothing from it.
No, I think he looked a bit like one of Jackie's original stunt team members, but then he changed his kind of look in it.
Do the Angels come at any stage to stop this?
They do. They fly in with wings.
Oh my god, amazing. Oh, George, I was really getting excited for that.
No, again, as I said when we started watching this trilogy, the first one was such a well-made movie.
Mm-hmm.
The second one then opted for more action.
Mm-hmm.
And this one kind of just becomes brainless fun in a sense, you know.
I love.
She looks great.
She looks fantastic. A costume and everything.
Yeah.
And her hair slicked back like that. Oh my god. What a legend.
There's more and more men. Like,
I know where are they coming from? From that van?
There's no shortage of bad guys.
She literally has like an army. Woo! What the fuck?
I told you.
They've literally, oh my god, what the hell's going on?
And there's no CGI.
No!
So,
oh my god, are they genuinely on jetpacks just flying through this? Oh my god, this is epic.
And the guns in their handles.
Oh my god, this is pure bananas. I love it.
But yeah, I mean, this is a game for me where you see Stanley Tong comes in with a whole different outlook on what a Hong Kong movie should be, you know?
Yeah.
His direction overall isn't strong.
No.
Ideas are fun.
Mm.
And the execution is kind of middle of the road.
Yeah, subpar, but it's still...
That's still a lot of fun.
I mean, I was not expecting that. Let me tell you that this is bonkers. Oh, the more bananas, the better, I swear.
I need to find you. I am going to pick out one of the most bonkers one that I think Future Cops you need to see.
Okay, cool.
The Street Fighter 2, unofficial Street Fighter 2 movie.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you were telling me about that one.
Fuck,
yeah.
It's bonkers.
So this is insane.
Yeah,
I mean, what the heck?
I mean,
so clearly they're on. I mean, in some shots they're clearly on like a rig going
they're
round.
They're on almost like a truck. You'd imagine,
or like a pulley or something.
Or they're standing on something probably.
Yeah, but I mean, did they genuinely really get jetpacks and like fly in?
Well, I would imagine for their high flying wide shots
like this.
Yeah, they're on a wire.
Oh, right, okay.
Unless, I mean, we've seen jetpacks in action genuinely,
yeah.
You know.
We've seen Bond do the jetpack, and they really did that jetpack. Mm-hmm. Okay,
We're here to help
Yeah,
you.
no, he'd be fucking going all over the show if that was, if he was like on a jetpack, he'd be like moving about,
like
not
Iron
stand
Man.
still, yeah. But this is fucking awesome.
And again, you know...
It's almost like Terminator.
It's like a wee nod with...
I love this! This is mental!
It's when the Condor did it in Vanguard.
Yes.
That was kind of a nod back to this for me as well, you know. I like Ralph Chen. I'd like to know kind of where he went. Or if he did any
There's
more
another
action.
badass girl.
Yeah, she's quite surprising. You know, like he's just vanished after delivering some fun action, a good fight scene.
Do you know what? I'm laughing because throughout, since we started kind of covering these films and kind of taking a more serious approach rather than like reactions to films.
Yeah.
We've been so serious. This is the first time that I've really been like, oh my god, since we started, because it really it took me by surprise.
Yeah, the other two would be more serious. There's a lot of stuff here played for laughs, I think. Or just
it's
so,
not even
just
funny.
So wild.
It's just so yeah. And I love it. It's absolutely
quite
fantastic.
happy to glide around. Isn't
So
it?
would I. I'd be like, yeah, give me that.
Oh. Don't know if that's safe. Letting go of a handle.
No, please don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. That's fine. Yeah, nice. Oh, wait, she's got something that you won't like.
Oh, yes, the blade.
Good fighter, her as well, actually.
She is actually... I don't know where I really don't know much about her. It's unfortunate.
Costume's great, isn't it?
But again, you know, could you imagine if they put Cynthia in that role?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, just...
But sometimes it's nice to see different
people,
it
is,
you know,
without a doubt.
Faces.
Without a doubt.
And talents be showcased, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is just...
You wonder why they just didn't continue. Or, you know, as in more than one or two movies, do they go on to make much more?
Absolutely. Here comes the gadgets.
Them jeans are ghastly.
Aren't they awful? It's very 90s look though, isn't it? Those big baggy jeans. I used to hate them. I never had jeans like that, ever.
Oh.
Oh no, shitballs.
Boom.
Nice. Oh, I do love a good explosion.
You certainly do.
I do. You know
what I do. It's still kicking around.
See, if I watch a movie and there's like nothing that blows up in it and it's an action film, I'm so disappointed. I'm always like, I spent an hour and a half watching that.
Yeah, for no
or when
explosion.
The explosion's CGI.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, no, just blow a car up for God's sake. I'll do it for you. Nice.
There's no shortage.
So this has kind of gone from Girls with Guns to a much more traditional action, Hong Kong action film.
Pretty much.
The first two kind of really had that Girls with Guns feel to it, you know, especially
well,
the
that's why
second
more
one.
people talk. When the people talk about this, they only really talk about Moon Lee's nunchuck fight.
Yeah.
That's really what most fans would go for.
Now, there's a lot to love in this.
There's a lot going on. Yeah. But it does stand apart from the other two, perhaps for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. In retrospective, looking back on the first two and enjoying them so much for being such female empowered films and the women kind of dominating and taking control of the situation,
which
as
we're
much
only
as possible.
really seeing now. These two coming
with these,
Apart
we've seen Moon kind of doing her thing and whatever, but this is concentrated much more on men. This has been much more of a traditional action film than what we would know the Girls with Guns franchise to be. And that is such a shame, because as fun as this is and as impressive as the fight sequences are and the action is, it would have been nice had they kept, you know, Iron Angels 3. Had this been Moon Lee doing this, I would have been like all over this like a rash. You know, having her coming in a jetpack and everything, I would have been
amazing.
Like, I would have been on the floor.
So it makes me wonder where she went. Why was she not part of this end? This big finale. So was there an injury? Was there a clash of schedules, you know, for another movie? Or I'm not too sure.
Oh dear.
What
a shock. Did you like that, George?
I did. I was cooling off in the shades.
But yeah, so not really what I expected from. Not really what I expected from it, because I expected another Girls with Guns film.
Yes.
But still a surprise.
Yeah.
And a fun surprise at that, full of incredibly bone crunching. Oh, that was an accident.
Certainly was. I do like her as a villain.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. She's actually really, really cool.
Swedish almost looking.
Yeah, the European look.
Oh!
Whoa! Fucking hell!
Forgot about that.
Dear God.
That was
brutal.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, it did miss Moon Lee. I think that last battle.
To be part of that franchise and having seen the first two, I'm being so impressed with everything that had happened, and I'm impressed with a lot of what was going on in this. There she is. I would have liked to have seen more of her and more of Karina actually, because she handled the gun in Iron Angels 2 like a pro. And it would have been nice to see her in that final battle, you know, shooting up a storm and whatever, going toe-to-toe with the villain. It would have been nice to see Min Lee going toe-to-toe with that woman again, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So some missed opportunities in Iron Angels 3, because I sense this is the end. This is why I'm kind of wrapping up my thoughts.
It's the end.
A couple of missed opportunities in it, but still a very solid action film. I'd actually give this 3. Give this higher than Vanguard.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this.
Well, do you know what? Again, this for me is earlier Stanley Tong, where he's still really trying to become this action director that he has become. Whereas Vanguard relies a lot heavily on the modernization of the CGI, but also modern technology and so on. But you can see where he's going, and you can still see today what Stanley's done with this and how he's changed the Iron Angel series. What he's done today is still putting his own mark on things. But yeah, as a director, I still think...
I think the change in direction for this was the wrong move. Well, I think overall as a franchise...
Again...
in terms of what the previous...
I put that on Stanley. Personally, I would put that on Stanley because it seems to be when he gets involved, it changes.
Yeah, because, we had Carrie-Anne Moon in the first one and Anita.
Yeah.
Is it Anita?
No, Elaine.
Elaine Loy. We had Elaine and...
You have Elaine Loy and Anita Moy.
Yes, but it's Elaine Loy that's in these films, right?
Yeah.
Elaine Loy in the second one with Moon Lee having lots and lots to do, and then in this one, Moon gets some really excellent fight sequences, but she almost seems to be sidelined in favour of Alex.
Yes.
And Ralph
Chan.
Ralph Chan.
I'll definitely need to find more about him. But yeah, it's a shame. I mean,
and that lengthy sequence of the kickboxing, as nice as it was and as cool as it was to see Alex fight, just overly long. Took up too much of the movie.
It really was unfortunate. And that probably swallowed up a bit of time for Moon Lee.
Yeah.
But why she wasn't in that end battle?
I know.
Just don't know.
I know.
We will find out. We will find out one day.
We'll find out. We'll ask her.
We will. And whenever Idiot gets these out in Blu-ray and we talk about it again.
Well, you talk about it. You're the expert. They'll not want me for the Blu-rays, so they'll want you.
Oh, it's a bottom.
Oh, it's her again. Oh, shit. Throw it on her boat.
Oh, Jesus. He's only jumping them. He's just telling them a lie so they can jump in the water. Oh, he's a
what a waste of pineapples.
He's a kidder, that
computer.
And she's obviously throwing a wee device, like wee hand. Oh, you guys.
Ah, great fun. That was a good prank.
Look at the wee device is hilarious, isn't it? Here we go with our music again.
Oh, that's...
And this is, again, part one for me had some incredible music.
Yeah.
So it did. Well, at least we get to see a showcase of the action over the credits here. But yes, it is a step away from the other two. It still is exciting. It still has as much action, if not more action.
Yeah.
But, as, again, I say with all Stanley Tong movies, it kind of goes off balance a wee bit, which is unfortunate. But there's a lot of shit went on.
There's a lot of shit went on, and it's
a lot.
Incredibly fun. It's the kind of action film that I love because it's brainless, it's fast paced, it's kinetic, it's frenetic, it's bone crunching, it's everything that I look for in an action film. Definitely. And definitely loved it, but it's just, I don't think it's as solid. I know, God, that's a broken neck there. I don't think it's just as solid as the other two.
No, definitely not.
So,
well, here we are. We're just rolling in some trailers because whatever way this DVD's been set up. This is Dreaming the Reality, by the way.
Who's in this?
Yukari Oshima, Moon Lee.
Okay, we're watching that. It is
one of their finest.
Look at this.
One of their finest. Listen, we're going to go. You aren't watching this. And
no.
Hey! Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. And again, don't forget to leave comments and likes and subscribe to the channel. And if you do have any Hong Kong movies that you want us to watch,
I think next on the list for us will be Outlaw Brothers because someone
did actually ask us to do Outlaw Brothers.
Requested it, and it is one of the best.
Okay, cool. So we're going to do Outlaw Brothers next week.
Yeah, let's do it.
Excellent.
Let's do it.
Excellent. So thanks once again for watching, and do all the usual stuff like subscribe, comment, and we'll look forward to seeing you for our next movie review, our next kind of are they commentaries or what are these?
Audio-visual commentaries.
Okay, audio-visual
commentaries.
and Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. Thank you, George, for all the hard work that you put into the channel.
Stop, you're making me blush.
Yeah, I know, but it's true. You do. You put in all the work. I do nothing. I just sit and I'm like, yeah, okay. What's going on, girl?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, we'll see you next time.
Cherry pie.
Cherry pie.
Yeah. Okay, this looks...
No.
it
It actually is.